Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Evidence Act, we were focusing on chapter 5, which is all about documentary evidence, which is covered between section 61 to 90A. In this series, we were focusing on public and private documents, which are covered between section 74 to 78. We have already covered section 74 and 75, which are basically defining what is a public document and what is a private document. Here in this session, I am going to focus on certified copies of public documents, which are covered between section 76 and 77. I am going to read out the provision on section 76 first, and then I will explain the concept with the help of beautiful and easy chart, and then we will discuss few case laws for section 76 and then move to section 77, where we will understand that particular section along with case laws. Not taking much of your time, let's get into the first slide. The Bare Act provision of section 76 is quite easy with simple English. However, I am going to explain the same in my next slide with the help of chart. But before going there, let's read the English of this particular section. Section 76 discusses about certified copies of public documents. It says every public officer having the custody of a public document. Now there is a public officer and he has the custody of a public document which any person has a right to inspect shall give that person on demand a copy of it on payment of the legal fees therefore. Now there are three important conditions. The person should have the right to inspect, and if such person makes a demand of a copy of it, and if he makes the payment for such copy as under the legal requirement, whatever is the legal fee, if he is making that payment, in that case, together with a certificate written at the foot of such copy that it is a true copy of such document or part thereof as the case may be, and such certificate shall be dated and subscribed by such officer with his name and his official title, and shall be sealed whenever such officer is authorized by law to make use of a seal. Now, if anybody makes a demand who has the right to inspect, if he makes the legal fees, in that case, the public officer who has the custody of public document should give such copy or certificate written in the foot what? It is a true copy, and when given and who has given, what is his designation, his signature, and as per law, if he has any official seal, the same to be put. Now, such copies so certified shall be called certified copies. Now, if all such requirements are completed, in that case, we are calling such public document copies as certified copies. I hope that is very easy. In the end, there is an explanation which says any officer who by the ordinary course of official duty is authorized to deliver such copies shall be deemed to have the custody of such documents within the meaning of this section. Now, if a particular public officer, if he has the authorization to give a particular certified public document under section 76, it is considered that he has the custody of such documents, or it is deemed that he has the custody of such documents. That is the explanation. Now, if anyone asks you what is the certified copies of a public document, you need to mention these first two paras very clearly. In the first para, a person has the right to inspect, he makes a demand of a copy, and he makes the legal payment. In such case, the public officer who is having the public document, he needs to do what? He needs to certify that that particular copy is the true copy of that document or the part of that document, whatever the case, and he shall certify the date, his signature, his name, his official title, and if he has seal, he has to put such seal which is as authorized by law. All of that needs to be covered. Now, I think I have almost explained everything. Let us get into the next slide to see this particular section in the shape of a chart. We have already understood section 76 in detail in the previous slide. Let us try understand the same with the help of this simple chart. Now the question arises when we are discussing the public document. Okay, there is a public document which is in the custody of a public officer, and the copy of such public document to be given to any person. Now from here I am taking a diversion. Now if a public document to be given to any person by a public officer, in that case such any person, firstly, he has to have the right to inspect the document that he is demanding. Second one, he has to create a demand for the copy of such public document. Third, he has to make the legal payment or legal fee to get such public document copy. Now, if he has completed all these three requirements, in that case, the public officer, while giving the certificate, he has to mention below important details which should be available in the foot of such document or part of the document. What are the 5 requirements? 1. He has to mention that it is a true copy of such document or the part of the document. Second one, he has to mention that such document is issued on so and so date, and he has to also mention that the same document is issued by so and so officer. There he has to mention his name as well as his title or designation whatsoever. Then he need to put his signature, and if applicable he has to put his official seal also. These are the requirements to be completed, and once all of these are completed, we are calling such document as certified copy of a public document. And a public officer who has the authority to certify a particular public document is deemed to have the custody of such public document. That's all we need to understand from section 76. With that, I am moving to case laws. I have 2 important case laws here. The first one, Rasipuram Union Motor Service versus Commissioner of Income Tax, where it was held that entitlement of a person to a copy of public document depends on his right to inspect such document. If he has the right to inspect such document, in that case he has the entitlement or the right to make demand, and with legal fee he can collect the certified copy. And if he doesn't have right to inspect such document, in that case he doesn't have any right to ask for such public document. That is what held here. In the second case law, that is Suraj Narayan versus Seth Chabalu Lal, here it was held that on receiving the certified copy of the public document, he has the right to look into the order of the copy which is sought and not the right to inspect the whole record. Whatever you have asked, you have got it, and you have the right to inspect to that extent, and you cannot now inspect the entire record. That is what held in this particular case law. The next question is, to what extent such certified copies of public documents can be utilized? That is exactly answered under section 77, which discusses about proof of documents by production of certified copies. It says such certified copies. When we say such certified copies, it refers to section 76. may be produced in proof of the contents of the public documents. So we can prove the content of the public documents by giving the certified copies of the public documents or parts of the public documents. Now we may prove the entire public document or we may be giving a part. In that case we are proving the part of the public documents of which they purport to be copies. The reason why we have asked the copies, so to that extent we can prove the content of such public document or the part of public document. To that extent we can use such document for proving something. Now why are we taking this certified copies? The answer is we cannot bring all original public document in front of the court because this belongs to public. So we can only bring the certified copies which is almost equal to the original copies, and we have to prove along with that. That is about section 77, and here we have three important case laws. The first one, Srimati Seema versus Ashwani Kumari. Here, Supreme Court concluded that marriage certificate is good evidential proof of marriage. So, if you have a marriage certificate, that is sufficient to prove that the marriage has happened. The second case law is Madamachi Ramappa versus Mutalur Bojappa. Here it was held by the Supreme Court that a certified copy of public document or public record can be presented and received as evidence in the court and without proof. Now, once you have got the certified copy of a public document or a record, it can be presented by anyone and it can be received by the court as an evidence without any further proof. That is what held here. The third one, that is Harichand versus Bachchan Kaur. It was held by the Punjab High Court that if the certified copy of the public document or public record is defective, then the objection has to be taken to the trial court. That is what held here. Now, the very important aspect we need to remember is if one has the right to inspect and if he is demanding and taking after paying legal fee, it is a valid certified copy. But if someone doesn't have the right to inspect itself and he with some or the other way brings such certified copy, that will not be valid. That is what we need to remember.
Adaptability. This is one of the most required skills to survive. Papa, what is the evolution theory?
That is a beautiful question. But before I get into evolution theory, we need to understand the story of Kodak camera. It was during 1980s or 1990s. The Kodak cameras were leading the photography world. There were no big competitor for them. But then the world got changed. The world moved from reel to digital camera, but Kodak couldn't adapt. Now with that, Kodak vanished from the market. It is same like evolution theory. Whoever has passed the evolution theory has sustained and remaining has gone out of the competition. If you want to compete in this competitive world, you need to adapt very quickly. The one who quickly adapts wins this beautiful competitive world. Otherwise, he just vanishes.
With that, I'm concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.